Welcome to Conversations in the Closet. You know, here it is the first of the year, and I almost forgot who I was and where I was. But welcome to Conversations in the Closet. I'm Teresa Romer, along with my co-host, the famous Michael Pierce.
Hello, y'all.
And not that you all can see us, but we're sitting here in our furs today because, you know, normally in Texas it's in the 70s and 80s, but today it decided to get on into the 40s. And so we thought it was only fitting that we sit here in our furs for our podcast today.
It's cold. Skinny people have no fat to warm us.
I wouldn't know about that, Michael Pierce. I wouldn't know about that.
That lies.
So Michael Pierce and I had an amazing weekend. We rang in the new year together. We had an amazing event at my home. It was a New Year's Eve rockin'.
It was a blowout bash. That was so huge. Every time I walked to a different room, you could hear people going like, "Are you kidding? Are you kidding?" My favorite was when we got on the dance floor that is suspended over your swimming pool under this huge 1,000-person tent. And then everybody's dancing to the band and the music's all great. And I look over, I'm like, that's actually a live band. You have a live band sitting on your pool performing. It was phenomenal. Really
So you thought it was a DJ?
We all did. Several of us did. We're like dancing, like, oh my God, this is a great DJ. We're like, yeah, that's a human being.
It was fun, you guys. It was a lot of fun. We rang in the new year the right way, doing charity work as we all love to do. The cool kids love to do charity work, and we thought it was so fitting to ring out the old year and ring in the new year with a charity.
Yeah,
with a fundraiser.
And I heard one of our friends won the necklace too, because you had some diamonds that were. Yes. We had a beautiful tanzanite and diamond necklace worth over $15,000 that one of our friends won. So we were so excited. So here we are in the new year, 2017. And, you know, our last podcast, we talked about reflecting on 2016 and what our thoughts were and everything. So now I think it's only fitting that we talk about our New Year's goals. Oh, dang, yeah. I didn't do my homework. Okay, well, my goal one is to be better prepared for questions like this.
I love putting you on the spot.
Lord. All right, well, you go first. What's your big goal?
Okay, well, I think number one on my list is to be more kind and in the moment. I think sometimes I get so busy in life that I'm probably somewhat short with people once in a while, and I don't mean to be, but it's because I'm so busy, you know. And then being in the moment, you know, I find so many times that I'm in a meeting or I'm with friends or doing a luncheon or doing something, and we all have our noses in our phones. You know, we're looking at that Twitter feed, we're looking at that Facebook feed, we're looking at the feeds, we're scrolling, and I'm thinking, you know, why don't we spend more time in the moment? Like, why don't we have moments, like you're doing right now? Why don't we have moments where we sit down together and we say to everybody, okay, phones away, no phones. We're all going to be in the moment. We're here together. We need to take advantage of this moment because we don't ever know what tomorrow brings.
Wow, this is really heavy today. And have you been talking to my husband? Because that is exactly what he said to me as I was like, could you tweet me? Because I don't have time to talk right now. Like, if you will just put that in 140 characters and send it over the intertubes, I'll be happy to respond in due course. But that's his pet peeve for me. That's so funny.
No, but I think it's becoming such a pet peeve for all of us. You know, I was trying to talk to my daughter the other day. You know, she's not only my daughter, but my personal assistant. And I'm trying to talk to her, and she's like just going away on her phone. And I'm thinking, hello. And she's like, I can hear you. And I'm like, I need you to like talk to me right now. Like, we're discussing business. This is important. She goes, I can hear you. And I'm like, I don't have your undivided attention. Yeah. It's, you know, so I'm trying to figure out now with technology, is it getting worse or is it getting better? Like, I think it's getting better as far as all of us staying connected, but I think it's getting worse that none of us are in the moment anymore.
Well, we're more connected, but it's not a interpersonal connection. Like, there's a lot of superficial, edited connections and texts and things, but there's not human interaction, contact, eye contact, seeing each other. You're right. There's none of that going on, which
I'd really like to know, when was the last time you were in the car with your husband and your phone never came out of your pocket?
When did they invent cell phones? What year was that?
See?
Ah! Oh, it's funny because he hates driving and I love driving. And we have really fun cars. And so I'm always happy to drive. And for the past few years, he's like, I will just drive so that you can text or Facebook or what else. So that's what I do most of my stuff. My dog is howling like he does.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter has gotten bad about it. She has actually taken my phone and she will actually use those words. She's like, Daddy, be here, and take the phone from me. I'm like, oh. But I got them iPads and now they're just as bad as me.
See, now you're encouraging that, So number 2 on my list was get more rest.
Oh, that's a good healthy one.
Because I think sometimes I'm going 900 miles an hour, and just like this past week, I was so fast and furious that I ended up getting sick. So I think sometimes I need to get more rest. Another one was to try to grow my brand and my business to another astronomical level.
These are good goals. You got some immediate short-term ones, some long-range ones.
And then I want to take more trips with my husband because I reflected back and I thought, you know what? We haven't really been on an amazing trip together for 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been so busy growing my business and he's been so busy, and everything that it's literally been 3 years since we've taken a really great vacation. And, we used to take 2 major vacations a year. And I'm talking major where we were like gone for 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we haven't done that in over 3 years. So I think this year I'm vowing that we need to take a couple really good vacations this year. And then my last one is that I want to get into even better shape.
What? What?
No, but I think everybody should
have an android now. What are you going to do? Are you kidding?
I just think everyone should have that on their list because with obesity on the rise, I mean, even though I'm in good shape and I have a decent body, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to fall into that gaining 30 pounds this year and becoming one of the statistics of being obese or something. I just want to be healthier, live longer,
I'm with you on living longer and like cryogenics. Yes, puppies, would you stop? My dogs are very excited about your list this year. I'm with you on the eating healthier, being healthier, but you're in amazing shape. Lord, that would not make my list. It has not been on my list for a number of years.
So what's on your list?
Well, number 1, no longer making lists. I hate to not achieve a goal, and I try to achieve every goal I set out. So now I reduced the list, but I do have a conscious effort to be more present. Is actually one that would be on mine. To be there with the husband. I'm jealous of the trip thing because we haven't taken a trip since the kids were born. We used to take at least one big Europe kind of trip, and sadly, my husband looked to me literally a couple nights ago and said, I just booked our trip. I'm so excited. And I thought, oh my God, we're going to Paris or Switzerland or Milan or something exciting. I'm going to that rat trap place with the princesses.
Where's that?
Disneyland, Disney World, whatever it is.
Oh my God. You need to make sure you pack plenty of Valium.
I am going to wrap myself in Purell, get a bubble and a taser. Get away from my kid. Don't touch my kid. I'm mortified. I'm like, so that's our yay trip. So yeah.
Well, no. You did have a little getaway this past year where you went to the Bahamas with some friends. So that was a nice getaway. Wasn't that for your anniversary or something of the sorts?
I don't even remember what it was for, honestly. It was because a friend had a place and I actually told her today, I'm like, I'm going to go there tomorrow if you don't mind. And you had a big trip out in the islands too. I saw photos. Didn't you go out to Mexico or a resort? No?
Oh, that was the year before.
Oh, see, they all go together.
So that was that cheap little getaway we did to Antigua.
Every listener right now is going, what does Teresa Romer mean by cheap? I just want to know because I suspect that'd be like, I would someday like to achieve. I don't think it was a Hotel 6 where they left the light on for you at the islands, but maybe
well, you have
wrong.
to remember, a 5-star hotel in another country is not the same as a 5-star hotel in the United States. And so we were at a gala a couple years ago and we won this package. You know, we were the highest bidder on this package. And it was this supposed 5-star resort in Antigua. Well, we had to use up the coupon. Okay, so we went. And I'm sorry, it maybe would have been a 3-star in the United States if it was lucky, but but remember, that was when I was doing all my dieting and everything, getting ready for the big reveal in New York City when I was stood naked in Times Square. So I didn't exactly enjoy that vacation like I would enjoy most vacations, because most vacations I sit out by the pool and drink tequila and get naked and have fun.
Oh my, saucy. Now I know where these book ideas come from. That's actually how I ended up in the Bahamas, by the way, because I was with friends at a charity event and they got bidding on these houses out, and I don't know what island it was. And the woman I was with, God love her, bid against herself and bought 2 of the houses. So now we had 2 huge houses. Each one had like 11 people and a staff. It was great. We're all excited about it. And we're planning to take this trip. And then we research and find out it is like in the most dangerous, I won't say where, country. And like I started telling my work, like, yeah, you're not allowed to go there. We have a ban on letting our employees go there because of abductions. So now I read the fine print when I bid on something to make sure I'm not going to die. And that's when we said, you know what, we're just going to donate it back and go to the Bahamas. So,
yeah. So I think my list is pretty good. I mean, I have 5 really, but the one thing I try to do is I try to make sure that mine are not resolutions, mine are goals, and my goals are attainable. They're not so far out there that I couldn't possibly attain it, even if I tried my hardest. Mine are very reasonable and attainable. It just takes a little effort on my part.
I love the idea of having short-term and long-term goals. And there's actually there's some like apps out there that will help you if you set up like monthly milestones that will email you each month. Like this was what your goal was to help you keep on track, like a fitness goal.
Oh, so here we
always do that.
So here we go back to apps again. So here we go back to technology. I'm trying to wean myself away from it a little bit, and you're trying to make our listeners go and do more.
I know, I'm horrible. I sleep with my phone, which they say is bad now. It's going to cause my brain to rot out, which would explain a lot of the things I say. I need a 12-step.
Well, so, in our house, we have a couple rules. One is there's no phones allowed in the bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Like, so if I go in there and watch TV, like during the night while my husband's watching football or something in the living room, I have to make sure my phone goes back out of that bedroom before we go to bed, because phones are not allowed in our bedroom. That's a no. And so I was noticing this morning when I was watching the Today Show that 2 of those hosts on the Today Show literally deleted their Twitter apps for at least a week. They're trying to clean up their lives a little bit, because they also have found that they are so wrapped up in their Twitter accounts and their Facebook accounts and everything that they're missing out on moments with their friends and with their kids and stuff. The one host, she said, I have 2 young children and I feel like I'm spending more time scrolling through my Twitter feed than I am paying attention to my children.
I am shocked that she doesn't have an assistant handling her social media. What is wrong with her? I am appalled by this story. The shame of it all. Get that woman an assistant. She should not be scrolling. Someone should scroll for you.
No, but she said she would actually scroll down and see an article, and then she would read that article and then go back and read the article before that one and the article before that one. And she said it got so ridiculous that I got sucked into this big black hole. And, she said, and then you get so sucked into it, you can't put it down. Yeah, and you wake up like 3 hours later and you look at the time and you're like, oh my God, where did time go? Because you just get sucked into that black hole of thinking you've got to read everything on these feeds all the time. And so I literally am this year going to try even harder to spend less time on social media. I'm going to be doing it as a business, like I need to for my brand, but personally, I'm limiting myself to so many hours a day because I feel like life is going so fast and I'm probably not living in the moment. And that's not fair to the loved ones around us.
Oh, well, there's an app that'll do that for you. the loved ones and posting, whichever you want to unload, because you can't do both. If you want to, like,
Dear God. See, listeners, this is where Michael and I always fight because, I'm trying to help my listeners declutter and spend more time in the moment. And he wants you to all download more apps and spend more time. I'm the one that wants you to go out there and exercise and get healthy. He's like, no, just suck it out. Don't even waste the energy.
That's right. Why waste that time? You could be scrolling through Twitter when you're at the gym. Don't you agree, puppy? Thank you.
So that's how Michael and I always differ. I mean, like, we're so alike and yet we're so unalike. I mean,
yes, it's very true.
This is where the good, interesting fights come from.
It's funny you say you have no phones in the bedroom. I would be 100% on board with that. My husband would be the one who would have a problem keeping up that promise. And it's not that he's on Facebook or any social media sites, because he's rarely on them. He goes in to check what horribly embarrassing things I've said, just so that he knows how to prepare himself for the next day's work. But that's really all he does. But anytime we're watching TV or doing anything, even having a conversation, he immediately has to research whatever it is. Like, we watching show and he'd be like, oh, wait, I know her. And I will look over and he's like Wikipediaing or Googling the actress. So he is a junkie, but in a very different way. Like, his is a brainy, intelligent way.
So his is research.
Yeah, but it's bizarre. Like, he'll I want to find out. There's a car on there. He's like, I wonder how much that car costs.
Okay, so his is research. Yours is gossip.
Are you surprised? I am live tweeting with the Real Housewives every chance I get.
Because I was going to say, I never see your husband on any messages, hardly ever. Like, I thought Matt was like so against social media because I hardly ever see him on there.
He's never on, and he works in communications. And it's funny because I tag him in our posts, and so a lot of people think that he's on as much because I'll tag him in the stuff that's going on, and he only goes on to see what I've tagged him in so he can respond to how people talk to him. Yeah, he's your ideal. He lives his life in the moment, but he has other issues. Like, he's addicted to Pokemon, which normally I would be all against, but it's an activity he does with our daughter, and they love it. It gets them out walking. They spend the day at the park, and they're bonding over this game that bores me to tears. Like, I hear the music and I start to shriek. So technology's not all bad.
So with that said, we're not going to let you go without giving us at least one good 2017 goal.
Well,
I'm making you say it on air because I'm going to hold you to it.
Oh no. Accountability. Is this going to be like the Trump thing where you're going to make me get bright orange if I fail it?
Yes.
Because I had, and I'll admit this, I had made one of mine to do that 30-day challenge that one of our friends has done to be healthier. Because I really am about being healthier, not about losing weight or getting skinny. I'm trying to be healthier. I have adopted that. You've rubbed off a little on me. So I was going to do that, get rid of processed foods, flours and white flours and sugar. And then someone sent me a box of one of my favorite cookie designers in Houston, and I made it 3 minutes. 3 minutes into New Year's, and I ate the entire box. And I don't have a stomach, so I literally made myself sick eating them.
So come on, fess up.
Right.
What's the goal?
What would be my New Year's goal? I want to say be present with the kids, but it's not a measurable one. Do more and do less. So I would do more with my family and the things that are important, and less distractions on the things that may be important and important to other people, but aren't necessarily important for me or my family, because that has been a big problem for 2016 that I had, and one of the things that I've said I was going to focus on this year.
Amen.
Lord, that was like, I feel like I gave birth. That was so stressful. My God.
I could almost feel the sweat protruding from your forehead.
My fur is going to get cleaned.
I'm so proud of you, because I know that in 2016 I saw you stretch way too thin doing things that really weren't as important as your kids and your family are. I so agree. I so agree. So I guess with that said, our takeaway here today is that when making resolutions, make sure that those resolutions or goals are obtainable, that they're not so far-fetched that no matter how hard you try, you're never going to, don't set yourself up for failure like that. Make sure that they're attainable and
get an app to do it if you can't.
And don't listen to Michael.
Don't listen to me ever. Absolutely.
Just make sure your goals out there for 2017 are attainable and reasonable, and then do your best at reaching them. Don't give up.
Thank you for inspiring us and making the world a better place, Teresa, because you really are. No, I'm being serious about that. Like, I love that you're taking this opportunity to inspire other people to achieve whatever their goal is and to give them advice on how to get there. That really is quite lovely.
Just put that goal out there, get the eye of the tiger, don't give up, and have an amazing 2017. So, with that said, guys, I just want you to get out there, find me out everywhere on social media, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Get out there and subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's growing like leaps and bounds. Look for your buddy Michael Pierce out there. He's everywhere also. And with that said, I hope you all have an amazing start to 2017, and we will catch you next week.